Just on the subject of our featured venue this week, thank you very much to Joe, who now lives in Cheltenham, but Joe said of the venue Harlow Square, my boyfriend, Christian F, I remember Christian, I think, he was doing the sound for a Ned's Atomic Dustbin gig on the day our son was born. The hospital's just behind Harlow Square, and so I didn't miss the gig completely. He turned it up so loud, much to the consternation of other new mums, but I could just about hear the gig. I know it's close, but you need a breeze behind it, even so. But our son Kingsley is 20 next week, says Joe. Thank you very much for your text. And also Des, who says, great to hear you talking about Harlow Square today on today's programme. Best days of my youth were spent there. The cast of the Unstoppable Sex Machine gigs were absolute tops, and people still talk of the Coldplay show. Sure they do. Adam Smith joins us, though, from the Harlow Square this afternoon, who is currently the guy who is promotions manager and helps run the venue. Adam, hello.
Hi there.
How long have you been at Harlow Square then, Adam?
I've been working in this role for the last couple of years, but I've been about the place for the last 10 years or so.
10 years or so, right. So for people who've never been to Harlow Square, it's a strange sort of, square type of building, as the name suggests, off one of the roundabouts near the town centre, but, a little bit more about the venue. Yeah,
it's a small-sized venue, but, we had some decent bands over the last, 30-odd years, obviously, before my time. There's decent names coming up. But it's just kind of like a really good community vibe venue. All the guys that work here are really interested in making it a success, and all the people that come up here really enjoy it. It's much more than just like a normal music venue.
Yeah, because it started as sort of it started as a Essex County Council youth house, didn't it? I think.
That's right. Yeah. Obviously, that was way before my time, but it's kind of run by the county council, kind of the youth service leg of it.
Yeah. And it's, it plays a part in rock and roll history, even down to the point where, if you have a look at, if anyone's ever seen or recently seen the Blur film, No Distance Left to Run, there's some footage of Blur in their early days, which was shot at the Square, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it was when they were called Seymour at the time. So.
Still called Seymour. So what is the capacity then down at the Square now?
It's 250.
250, so it's a nice little size. Is it difficult though? I mean, I know audiences, have been up and down at the Square over the years. What sort of crowd do you attract now?
Yeah, it kind of varies. We've got like a core kind of base of regular people that come up regardless of what's on, just to see live music and socialise. And then obviously when we get the bigger names in, people travel from afar, all over the country to come and see some of the bigger names.
Yeah.
So there's a good regular attendance.
And best gigs, any legendary gigs? I mentioned we put on a couple of shows for BBC Radio 1 down the years, but other bands who have played there. Did you ever have Oasis?
I think there was a rumour about it. I think they might have played before they were called Oasis. I know there's all stories I hear, tales from before my time. Because
that would mean you'd have had the Blur, you had the Twin Towers of Britpop there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I know Supergrass would definitely play there. There's photos floating about of that gig.
Is there? I know, going back further, I remember Jesus Jones played there, and who else? I'm stretching my memory back to Birdland played there, and Billy Bragg, who I mentioned earlier on. There's been a few, hasn't there?
That's right, yeah, I know that Billy Bragg was definitely involved.
Good gigs? Any gigs that stand out for you since your time frequenting the place?
The Subways have done quite a few shows here that have always been great ones. It's good seeing them. They kind of started off as one of the new band nights, and obviously they've got bigger and better every time they've played, and they always come back and do a local show for us, which are always great nights.
And what about local bands? Is there much of a local scene around Harlow? You mentioned the Subways, who are down the sort of slightly further north from Hertfordshire, but is there much of a music scene these days?
Yeah, definitely. There's always new bands coming through. We still do like a local rock contest, which chucks up a handful of decent bands, but there's been a few decent bands floating about for a while.
Yeah, because that local rock contest I used to be involved with when I was working on the local paper. Nice. That's going back some years. Nice to know that's still going. What about strange rider requests? We always do this, but anyone who's ever put on gigs, for at least a year or 2 years, has had someone ask for something particularly strange. Yeah,
definitely. I think the one that stands out most recently was the Damned had me running all over town looking for specific crisps. They wanted Seabrooks branded crisps. They wouldn't have Walkers.
Really?
So, they were quite difficult to find down this way.
They only like a particular brand of crisp?
Well, I think there was some advertising, kind of an in-joke going on there, but it's written in the contract, so it's got to be adhered to.
Fair enough. All good. And what have you got coming up? I think Jim Jones are playing at your place, aren't they?
That's right, yeah. They played back in April, and they're coming up back again 8th of October. back up this way.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that one again. That was a sold-out night the first time they played. It's brilliant. So yeah, really looking forward to that one again.
Anything else we should be looking out for that you've got in the can?
Yeah, there's a band called Dogs coming back up there around November time. The Moons, which feature Andy Cross from Paul Weller's touring band.
Yeah.
He's heading over again, and that's around November as well. And another interesting one in October, Collapsed Lung are going to be doing a reunion show.
Collapsed Lung are doing a reunion gig?
Yeah, they're doing a one-off show here for us.
Hang on a second, what date is that?
That's going to be Saturday, 16th of October.
Oh, no, you're joking. Really? You know what that is?
Go on.
That's my birthday.
Oh, no. Well, there you go.
Wow. I didn't even know the boys had that in the pipeline.
Yeah, well, they done a one-off a couple of months ago for Jim, the singer-rapper. They done a one-off for his 40th birthday.
Right.
And I think they just all got a bit of a fever from it.
Right. Okay. And talking of locally famous bands, I believe you have a connection to one, don't you?
Yeah, the Newtown Neurotics. Recently been playing with over the last couple of years, doing some shows with them.
So are you playing bass with them?
That's right, yeah.
Bass, doing the old Colin Dredd role, and so because it's Steve Druitt is basically he's the surviving sort of founder member, I suppose, in the band, is he?
That's right, yeah. And there's me and my friend Dave plays drums as well. But yeah, no, we're just going out playing Steve's songs and having a great fun with it.
Brilliant. I think we should play one then for you. Yeah. In fact, we'll play the one which is the only one I can play bass to myself. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much, Adam. Where can we find out more? There must be a website for the Harlow Square.
Yeah, definitely. It's thesquareharlow.com. If you go on there, it's got the up-to-date gig guide and links to our MySpace and Facebook, so you can join us on there, find out more.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Adam.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Bye.
Worthy addition to our halls of fame for the good folk at Harlow Square, Newtown Neurotics.
I think about the fat men who wear their slippers to drive their cars. And while their machines are running, they won't walk very far. They never realise what they've got, and one day they will lose a lot because of what's gonna happen when the buses don't run, and what's gonna happen when the winter comes. What are you gonna do, and what are you gonna do when the oil runs out? I think about the record industry and the people it used. Self-indulgent, pampered pop stars, and which ones did you choose? Enemy far more drastic, but no more 12-inch plastic because of what's gonna happen when the buses don't run, and what's gonna happen when the winter comes. What are you gonna do, and what are you gonna do when the oil runs out? Are you prepared for such a drastic change in lifestyle? You say yeah, I don't believe you. And look at your home, the things that you own, the job that you work in, they all could go. Exiles who live in the sun, and when the oil runs out, they don't know where to run. And what about the comfortable people who just can't go without? They're forever panic buying, oh, in case things run out. They never realise what they've got, and one day they will lose a lot because of what's gonna happen when cycling becomes a strain, and you need a drop of 3-in-1 on your bicycle chain. What are you gonna do, and what are you gonna do when the oil runs out? Are you prepared for such a drastic change in lifestyle? You say yeah, I don't believe you.
BBC 6 Music.